Alright guys, doing some work right now to the Exotech chassis. I'm gonna slap on this high-powered fan right here. I'm gonna gear it up to a 38 tooth, and I'm gonna let her eat this evening and see if we can break that 278 run from last video. That was a 290. I'd let out a little bit.
And you let off of it, and it wasn't that big with it.
Yeah, it keeps going left. I don't know why. I'm not.
Oh, you go. That was a good run right there.
Yeah. 260. Wow, 268. I even let out too. That's crazy. Wow.
Told you, that's a good one right there.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't let out that time.
That's pretty good. It curved a little bit.
Yeah.
Too far.
No, I was still able to kind of drive out of it a little bit. So that was a 289. Yeah, it didn't leave as hard. It only pulled 1.49 G's that time. Oh, cut power. I bet that's low voltage right there. It cut off on me. Yep. I see the red light blinking. We're at 289. Yeah. Ooh, slow down. Jeez. $279. Let's see that right. Oh, the car, dang. Yeah, 280. I had to drive it a little bit on that one. Dang, it's cutting power on me. It's breaking up a little bit. Or down and launch a little bit, so we're going to see if that helps with it breaking up. Well, it didn't break up, but it's still pulling left for some reason. Yeah, 278. Where you going, car? Come back. Ah, dang, it cut power. Now such a good launch, too. Rolled to a 278. Wow, man, that would have been a fast pass right there. It cut power like halfway down. You can see where my acceleration dropped. And rolled to a 278. It's crazy. Alright guys, I gotta be a little bit quiet because it's about 1 o'clock in the morning right now and all my neighbors are asleep. So, overall, I'm very happy that I ran a 268 today. I beat my PB by a whole 1/10 of a second. However, I will say I'm not too happy with today's runs because they were very inconsistent all over the place. So I'm gonna charge both batteries up again. I'm gonna try again and we'll just kind of go from there. So here's the current setup. I'm on a 38 pinion, 72 spur. I got the weight as far forward as I can to kind of keep the car from wheeling. And I got my suspension set pretty soft because before on this car, the suspension was very stiff. And I feel like the front end was bouncing up and down too much. So I softened the rear end up so the car would actually squat instead of just, bounce up and down in the front like this. and obviously it helped out a lot. Also, I was messing around with this a little bit, and I'll actually show you guys my setting real quick. Let's see, throttle, I think it's this one right here. Yeah, so I'm using the Ford exponential curve, and this is where I got it set on right now. So I'm gonna get these batteries charged up again, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get below a 268. One more thing before I let y'all go. So many people are gonna say if you try and run higher than a 35 tooth pinion on these drag slashes, you'll have to buy flat motor screws, but that's actually not true at all. If you run a VXL motor, which has the long motor shaft, you can get away with running a huge pinion gear and not having to buy flat motor mount screws. See, look, I'm on a 38 pinion right now, and look, they're not touching. I still got a really good contact patch with the spur gear, so yeah. But if you have something like a Spectrum motor, which is in my other drag slash, I don't know if you're going to be able to get away with this mod or not, because the motor shaft might not be long enough to push the pinion out far enough from the screws right here. But like I said, if you're running a VXL motor, you can leave the stock motor mount screws and still run a giant pinion gear without them hitting each other. And as you guys can see, you can clearly tell if this gear was pushed all the way in, it would definitely make contact with that screw right there. Anyways, like I said, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning right now, and I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. So I'm gonna catch some Z's, and I will see you guys in the next video.